Morning, y'all. It's a special live Saturday morning. Have to change shirts for this one. I'll wash them both later. But what's up? Just did my run. I'm gonna do y'all. Gonna do a cool down. And we go. All right. So I see my shirt. All right. I ain't gonna be too warm in this. I'm only gonna be a few minutes. Good morning, good morning. Okay. It don't matter, it's just, y'all see it? It's okay not to be gay. Sharva, good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, man. I only have one topic this morning. Saturday morning, I'm not gonna talk y'all to death. Mary Max, thank you again, good for this. All right, damn. I'm gonna start sweating again. I don't know why I'm washing my food. But I did beat the sun this morning when I was actually running. So, all right, I had to put this shirt on for this particular topic this morning. I'm sure people are out getting prepared. Well, people probably up 2 hours ago. Cause it's just like 8:30 now. But so people are probably up at 6 and 7, probably 5 this morning, getting ready to go fishing or to plan their day. And yeah, so what it could be, like, damn, Rico's live. Let me check out, see what he's talking about. If it pissed me off, I'll unsubscribe. you know the routine. Let me go ahead and do a little house cleaning before I go in on my topic. First of all, good morning. And in case you hadn't heard, I still have this little short story that I wrote a few years ago. Still relevant today because of the topic. It's called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt. Conversation with my absent biological father who never wanted to be found. And this is the story of when I was 22 years old. I accidentally found out about who my actual real biological father is. My aunt and I were having a casual conversation. I guess she let the cat out of the bag. And so was able to get in contact with him. Charles Garner, good morning. And he never wanted to meet me in person for some reason. They wanted to meet me, and it's cool. So we spoke over the phone over the years. That's in the book. But he never wanted to meet. He had other children. Hey, maybe I have a sister. I don't think that'll be. But he said, I don't think that'll be a good idea. We'll let fate handle that. He said that a lot during our very brief conversations, and I wrote down in the book the times that we actually spoke on the phone. And I said, okay. So finally, years after that, after trying again and again to try to meet with him, I said, you know what, forget this mess. I looked up the name, got like 5 addresses. I didn't know which one it was, so on Christmas Day 2008, told my brother, let's go, man. We're going to check all these addresses because one of them has to be his. And so just so happened the first address we went to, I picked it just out of the blue, and it happened to be his. And so, what's up, my Houston? Said, Alicia, good morning. Happened to be his, and rang the doorbell. The door, he came out. First, y'all, let me let you know that when I first picked him up, called him, I heard my voice on the other end of the phone. Then, when he brought his ass on the porch, I saw my body come out on the porch. And he said, hey, what's up? And so he asked me, how'd you find me? And I said, Google MapQuest. And he says, well, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. And that kicked off the 2.5-hour conversation. Well, it was really him trying to show me how smart he was. Well, smart he thought he was. He never invited me on the porch. I stood at the beginning of his steps as he stood on the porch with his arm folded and talked at me and not to me. Oh, y'all just read it. And so, but I want to say this. No, this is a story that I wrote, story that I experienced, and so there are folks who, I guess, who know me and know my folks and all of this, which is fine. But and it will probably on my Facebook page that know my mom and all this, and and I just want to say to you, look, don't call my mom asking her questions, because everything you want to know about my book is in the book, and the way you can purchase it, or the short story, I'm sorry, because only like 40, 50 pages, short story. And if you like to know anything about that situation or me, just buy the book. It's $10. $, Rico the Opinionist, cash at me. Don't call my mom, harass me about this shit. But just because you know her, don't do that. That's not cool. And because I know some people who know her, know her older friends or whatever, and they thinking they're finding out something, but you're not. It's a story that's also familiar to a lot of children whose parents decide not to say hey. And am I okay with that? No. But don't do that. That's uncool. You know who you are. Is anybody who decides to want to go behind me and call her because you know her. Don't do that. If you want to know anything about the story, hit me on the Cash App. $ Rico the Opinionist. And it's in PDF format, so should you hit me on that Cash App with the $10 or the PayPal with the $10, please send me an email address. Send me an email address. So I can immediately email you your PDF copy of the short story. Cool? Alright. So let's get to why I'm wearing this shirt. It's okay not to be gay. I made this shirt about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and damn near shut the internet down. Woo! I mean, it went viral, and the LGBT and the LGBT supporters came out in full fledged, full mass. They came out. I had to shut down the comments. Like, she shared over 1,700 times and got like 15 to 1,700 comments. I just had to say, okay, enough of this. Because nobody was sharing anything logical. It was just all attacks and insults, which is fine, but it wasn't making me any money. It wasn't getting me to another level. Just, so I turned off the comments. So, but anyway, I decided to wear the shirt again today because of this whole LilNasX debacle foolishness. And by the way, he has the right to present himself any way he wants to. He has the right to present his music and his image any way he wants to. Guess what? We as the public have the right to critique it. So don't get upset when you push it in public. Just like me wearing this shirt and get mad if somebody doesn't have a positive response to it. It's stupid. If I put it out in the public, obviously I should expect public commentary. And that's something that two groups of people can't seem to understand. The gay group, gay community, and women. You do stuff publicly, but you only want a positive comments. That's weird and that's narcissistic. There's just something that's unnatural about that thinking. But people are allowed to do it. Matter of fact, that thinking is promoted. And so, those of us who have good sense understand what you put out in the public will eat it. Some of them may chew it and digest it. Some of them may spit it back out. That's just part of when you put stuff public. So, get your skin thick and tough if you're going to be public about anything, because people think differently. And LilNasX, the work you getting, you need it. You're getting kudos and you're getting his work. So he can make a choice to just only concentrate on the good comments. But what he's doing is trying to put everybody in check who decide not to digest the food that he's putting out on this public plate. Come on, somebody. So, but anyway, I've already done a video on him. on my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. It says LilNasX is nothing but a little pussy. Go and find that. I broke it down in a way that I think a lot of people had not broken it down. See, this goes beyond him presenting the image of a homosexual black man. It's something else. And he's just like any other tool, is being paid to put a particular image out. But I'm not gonna go there. Let me get specific about this video called Industry Baby, right? That's his new video. I'm not promoting it, but you know, when you talk about stuff, let you know what it is. You can make your own decision to go and check it out. But the visuals, the image, he's pushing the envelope even further. And black men don't look good in this at all. You know, it takes place in a prison, and you got all these, flaming gay dudes. They are twerking and twisting in jail. And it has he's in a shower with about 20 other black men and I think some Hispanics. And they're all butt ass, straight naked. So much so that they got blurry around the private parts, let you know they're totally naked. So to shoot of that video, they were totally naked dude doing these dances, right? And so after, oh yeah, let me go further in the video. It's very interesting, and I need black men and black women who care about masculinity and black men and men being men. I need y'all to pay attention to this, because our critical and analytical thinking seems to be off. And this extreme push to the liberal left is weird. You know, we're so busy thinking about conservatives. They're not the ones who's pushing this. This is liberal left politics. And I'll say it again, any straight black man who votes Democrat, you need to recheck yourself in the mirror, bro. Because nothing that they do is a plus or a benefit to straight black boys and straight black men. Y'all haven't figured it out in the last 10, 12 years? Wait a minute, number 6, 8 years. Before that Clinton, 8 years of Clinton, 8 years of Obama. We had a brief break, a reprise. Whew. A timeout for 4 years under Trump, then went back. They did it tenfold with this Biden-Harris election. So, in this video, everybody's flaming. You know, LilNasX is carrying the Olympic torch for gay in this video. And it's fine. But there's something in there that we need to pay attention to when this happens. See, the goal is to gay out and feminize black men. They had some Hispanics in there, but their culture has already built the fence. Y'all know, if you watch my videos, I'm always talking about building a fence around our race. And I took that quote from the religious community. When they say, Lord, build a fence around me, meaning to keep out evil, to keep out anything that would bring sin, bring harm to my spirit, and get between my worship, between me and you, oh Lord. Well, the black race needs to learn how to build a fence around our race, because every group has done it except for black folks. We haven't built a political fence around our race. We haven't built an economic fence around our race. We have not built an educational fence around our race. We have not built a masculinity fence around our race. Come on, somebody. And we certainly have torn down the femininity fence that used to protect our race. And I love saying race, because I know a lot of people out there hate, oh my God, why he's always talking about race? Because race is what rules, goddammit. If you know another place where it doesn't rule, go ahead and die and come back and let me know where it is. In the meantime, I live in reality. I live under racism, race, and capitalism. So, having said that, let me take y'all to the BET Awards. There was this white man by the name of Jack Harlow, and it appeared that he was the only one dressed as a grown man and presenting himself as a man and a grown man at the BET Awards, while the black male performers looked like children and clowns and weirdos. Everybody looked like boys. He had on a suit, dressed nice, and guess what? He does the rapping in this LilNasX song. And guess what else? In this prison with all these gay men jumping around, twerking and shaking their ass and all this, he's in a prison cell getting done up by a sexy female guard. He said, yeah, I'm in the song, I'm in the video, but I ain't none of these weirdos. Y'all not paying attention. See, the white male understands that masculinity rules his race. And so this Jack Harlow guy is in the video. He's in prison orange or prison pink or whatever they're in, but he was in the cell with a thonged out, bosomed, sexy female prison guard getting his groove on. So boy, it never fails. Black folks just do not pay attention. But see, it comes from us not reading what the scholars wrote for us back in the day. We all on this woke shit. And the woke shit only started after Donald Trump won the election in 2016. But see, conscious awareness, we were already awoke, awakened, or conscious in the early 90s. When we still had our scholars with us. And we were reading the books of Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Ben Yakahanan, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, Brother Neely Fuller, and the list, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. We were reading the books of the scholars. Dr. Naeem Akbar, we were reading the books of the scholars, and we were paying to go see the lectures of our actual scholars like Dale Jones. See, I know all these names are foreign to all the woke folks. And these blacktivists, these paid blacktivists. See, we don't have that African-centered consciousness, but you got this democratic wokeness. You're two different people. This kind of stuff, it blocks your analytical and critical thinking. But it's these woke folks who came about after exploiting the death of who? Black males. They call it Black Lesbians Matter. So, we'll learn one day, and I'm not trying to come down on us and all that, but I'm just pointing out what I know, what I see to be true. So whenever you hear this woke crap, and this, and that mess only started after Trump got elected for some reason. The white liberals and white gays and bought off black liberals and black gays were able to convince the masses of black that Trump was the racist. My God. And we've had 45 goddamn white men as presidents. Name me one of them that wasn't a racist, or didn't own slaves, or didn't kill black Indians, or didn't redline a district, or didn't incarcerate black folks. Name me one of them. So, let me get back to LilNasX and his foolishness. All right. I read a couple of articles where he's responding. And they were saying, well, this video that he's doing, two things. He is bringing light to the prison industrial complex. He's trying to raise money for it's called the bailout project or the bailout program, where they're raising money to try to help get men out of jail. Right? And I don't know if that's connected to the Innocence Project. But see, here's the thing. They already have programs like that, and I guess he's trying to bring his light to it, but you know what? I'll say it's okay, LilNasX. There's another way that can be done. But I know people use strategies to try to get into the psyche and the hearts of others. They call it the civil rights movement. During the civil rights movement, they said, well, we let white people beat our ass. Maybe it'll somehow pierce their consciousness. So, basically, if they beat our ass, they'll turn around and make us icons of a movement that didn't really make sense. And that's what happened. Shout out to John Lewis and Andrew Young and all these other folks who call themselves civil rights leaders of the past. They gave them jobs after they beat their ass. That's weird in itself. And so, people play strategies, and I get it. People infiltrate all the time, I get it. You know, but the infiltration wasn't so brutal. Those spies infiltrate stuff all the time. You got somebody that infiltrate gangs to bring the gangs down. He turned into a gang member and just bring them down. They've been doing it forever. Infiltrate the drug cartel. People have been doing that forever, but they blended in with the Klan to bring them down. They didn't become some weaker clown vessel to try to win the softness of the hearts of the oppressor. They would somehow assimilate into it, and then when they got in there, they brought it down. See, that's different from what LilNasX and what civil rights leaders are doing. Dead. LilNasX is also doing what the Democratic Party has done to black folks. Let me give y'all an example. Okay, we'll give you stimulus, we'll give you all that, but let me give you 2 transgenders and 2 gay dudes. I mean, we'll swap it out. It's like a swap. Yeah, LilNasX, you're allowed to be pushed all over the place to push that image in the name of the bailout project. But still, I want you to muddy up the image of black men. And also under the guise of, I'm making people feel more free to be who they are. That's what his comments. They're living their truth. They're being free to live their truth. I don't know in 2021 who told gay anybody it was not okay for them to be gay. It's gotten so bad I had to make a t-shirt like this saying it's okay not to be gay. Because black men, the attack is ongoing. So much so that, let me tell you about the infiltration. The infiltration is our women. The infiltration is other black men. They've been able to get in. See, white folks used to get in black organizations. They still do it now under the guise of helping us with our movement. But they get in there, and first thing they do, anybody that owns a non-profit that's black, you know what I'm talking about. They'll come in there and you let them on the board. Then next thing you know, they start changing your message. That's why Malcolm X told us that we don't pay attention to our scholars. He said, yes, you may contribute. You can donate your money. It's a tax write-off, but you may not hold a position in this organization. But black folks don't pay attention to our own scholars, our own messengers. And they're doing the opposite of what Malcolm said not to do. Sure, in my nonprofit that I'm putting together, I'll accept monies from all over, but you may not. You may not. It's for black men and black boys, educating and empowerment of black men and black boys. And I know who I have on my board. Those are those with my mission. And if I'm for black boys and black men surviving, what you think Caucasians? You think Caucasians want to support that? Everybody can give their money here. A lot of black women don't want to see that. Black boys come up and black men be strong. I don't want to see that. So for me to have Caucasians on my board, and I'm talking about black boys, you know what's going to come in there? You think you can probably integrate a little bit? No. How about boys of color? Which kind of expands your message. See, right there. And that's why a lot of these organizations have died. Shout out to Howard University. Got all them white folks on their board. That's why they attacked Felicia Rashad, but that's another thing. Morehouse, same thing. That's why they turned their backs on Bill Cosby. They got a lot of white folks giving them money on their board. Yeah, I said it. Morehouse and Spelman. But LilNasX, under the guise of supposed to be helping get men out of prison, but what's the trade-off? The trade-off is more destruction to the black male image. So I'll just say, LilNasX, you can keep that. Because what's interesting, the same entities that's promoting and pushing you around, how come they don't shine a light on the organizations that are already in place to do that? Those organizations have to do work almost in a clandestine manner. But they'll push a little fruity little bastard all over the place in children's faces and all over. And if you don't accept it, there's something mentally wrong with you. And so they have the same arguments. These little fruity gay men, and of course this is not all gays, because there are a lot of dignified homosexuals out there they're just gay. They move on about their lives. I've known some men and women like this. They're gay, but they're professors, they're teachers, they're nurses, and they don't push their politics on people. They're just trying to live. And so I'm not being disparaging. Keep in mind, I'm not being disparaging against the gay community as a whole. I'm talking about these folks with these agendas, because they don't want equality, they want to take over. And people are not having that shit. Nobody cares about anybody being gay. Nobody cares like that. But you want to use your platform to push it on people who just mind their own business. But you won't push things that are legitimate, because there's always an agenda to control and destroy and create debauchery. And LilNasX has volunteered to be a tool. but he's no different than your average black rapper. Their tools to spread violence and murder and mayhem within their own race. And they got this black gay dude. They're putting a lot of money and the machine behind to push his image. You know, BET, he got a chance to push that image. You know, everybody, a lot of black folks watch that. Children and teenagers and all that watch them kissing black dudes and all that stuff. And then on TV. So it's everywhere. But look, LilNasX, don't you try to make yourself out of a martyr when you're doing some purposeful bullshit. So this is the language, the shaming language they try to push on people who will fall for it. Well, you know, those haters out there, you know, all it is they have their repressed feelings. And so when, hold on right there. Why do people have to be repressing something because they don't have a positive critique about what you're doing? LilNasX and any other gay black person that wants to act like LilNasX or be publicly just weirded out and people look at it and shake their heads. Why? It's the same argument that women have. When men who have 20/20 vision have standards, when they say, no, I'm not into big girls with tattoos and weaves. I'm not into them ugly ass raptor claw fingernails. I'm not into ratchet behavior. Well, you know, he hate his mother. Yeah, it's something going on with inside of him. Y'all heard that shit? These LilNasX gay dudes and black women have the same, and women in general have the same arguments, trying to shut you down psychologically and trying to attack your self-esteem because you use your God-given logic and your God-given third eye to point out the bullshit. And you use your standards. But they only do that to black men. And I keep telling you, black men, wake up. The attack is on you. And they're using any and everybody to push psychological warfare on you. I know, I'm trying not to make it too heavy on a Saturday morning, but when I saw that, I said, why, you little son of a bitch, you still at it. He ain't done yet. He ain't done. He got some more to do. You know, in that first song, I was able to separate that song from that video. Because the song is not bad. He has talent, but he's chosen this route because he's an ignorant, acorn-head, low-brow, low-intelligent little bastard who'll do anything for cash. And guess what? He's no different than your black rapper that come out of Atlanta, Dallas, Memphis, New York, wherever, Miami. He's no different than them. They'll do anything to get a dollar. And that's what makes these people so dangerous. They'll sell out their entire race to put a smile on the face of another race that's not theirs. Come on, somebody. They're entertained. They don't care who it is. They'll even have babies with Kardashians. I know, Rico, you went too far. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But that's that little, don't fall for that mess. Like he doing something to help us. No, he's helping himself. As usual, black men are everybody's catalyst. Everybody's back to stand on to get their points across or to make money off of. And black men are not standing up enough. The Black Manosphere on YouTube is doing the best it can. But there's millions of black men who also know how to write, who also know how to speak. Speak out against this foolishness. Let other black boys know that there are black men who are around here trying to stand up and trying to push policy that benefits us. Hell, all in the world of academia, we need more black men on the master's and PhD level to combat all this black feminism and white feminism that's around here ripping men apart on the academic level. You know, yeah, we need to be in a lot of spaces, black men. We can speak. And see, when we speak, you can't shut us down. You can't say, well, he has problems with his mother. Man, there's some repression going on there. Yeah, the repression is, I want to hit you with this two-piece, but I'm going to repress those thoughts so we can have an intelligent dialogue. That's the only goddamn repression over here. We're trying to be civilized, but y'all go below the belt, and goddamn it, you're going to end up messing around getting a roundhouse to the jaw around here. Keep on. They control all the voices. All the black men that have these large platforms, they control them. except for people like a Kwame Brown or Kevin Samuels. And a lot of brothers in the manosphere, Tommy and all of them. See, one of them you can't control, so you want to try to destroy them and say weird things about them. But let's go back to this comment LilNasX says in an interview on one of these blogs. I think The Root or somewhere. And the Root ain't shit. But he says it's helping those young queer boys, girls to become free and want to celebrate everyone being able to live in their truth. Whenever I hear that, whenever I've heard that, even I hear it today, I'm telling you, my mind is always circling. Wait a minute, it's always buffering. Let's say, let me think of this. Let me process this. Isn't it interesting? I'll just pose questions. That everybody is allowed to live their truth and be free, and suggestion is free without critique or criticism, free from attacks, except for black men who are labeled militant. Did y'all hear what I just said? They want the gays and the trans and feminist women and all of them to be able to live their truth, and live free from criticism, and don't police their thoughts, don't police their bodies. But Malcolm X wasn't allowed to be free. Nat Turner wasn't allowed to be free in his truth. Marcus Garvey wasn't allowed to be free in his truth. Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Fannie Lou Hamer, Ida B. Wells, they were not allowed to be free in their truth. Mr. Farrakhan, not allowed to be free in his truth. But gay, trans, and feminist women, they should be allowed to be free and true, living their truth. Y'all listening? Christian black folks who stand on their Bible are not allowed to live in their truth. Because there are some Christian black folks who are not with it, but their voices have been drowned out because their voices don't make money in the collection plate. Because I know y'all said, damn, Rico, you be getting on these folks in church. But see, I've lived a little. I'm 52. I've lived a little and observed and been around particular folks. And I know Christian folks who are telling the truth about God and nature, and well, their voices are drowned out. They're not allowed to live their whole Christian truth in its original form. Yeah. Anyway. Brothers in the nation, are they allowed to live their truth? But everyone else, be it trans, LGBT period, and feminist black women and feminist white women and fat chicks who need to go on a diet, they need to live, they should be allowed to live their truth. They should be able to be free to be who they are. But as soon as you start talking about you're a black man, a heterosexual, strong black man who starts talking about power, he's not allowed to live in his truth. If she's a black woman who dares says, you know what, the black family is important and I love the black man, she's not allowed to live in her truth. But if you're a loudmouth black chick with weave and a beat face and bald booty, these niggas ain't shit. But even she gets a microphone as big as planet Earth. She gets distributed everywhere. But you don't distribute Sister Shahrazad Ali. You don't distribute Sister Dr. Cynthia McKinney. You don't distribute Michelle Alexander, who wrote the book New Jim Crow. You don't distribute black women like that. But these old trifling ass Mona Scott Young created bitches, and you don't think the devil wears weave? Her name is Mona Scott Young. You distribute all these mother lovers. You distribute all these weirdos, but you won't mass distribute people who've been labeled militant and anti. They're only distributed if they're considered anti-gay, anti-trans. And let me tell y'all something, black men. The silence of black men on our issues is just deafening. It's the weirdest shit. Y'all will sit around and shaking your boots if somebody calls you homophobic or transphobic or fatphobic. You just clam up like bitches. I mean, like, oh no, I ain't got nothing against gays. I ain't getting, no, I mean, just turn into, but you'll sit around and be called nigga and it just rolls off your back. Y'all help me make that make sense. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. Help me make that make sense. Now, something that is a detrimental racial slur has been a deadly racial slur to our people for decades. Someone calls you that, and you don't budge, unless it's somebody white. But I'm just saying across the board. But you get called homophobic, transphobic, fatphobic, any kind of phobic. You buckling up like a little bitch. Look, y'all, I know I'm not the only one with eyeballs and a brain. I know I'm not the only one who sees this, but am I the only dummy who dares say this shit out loud? That's what it is, y'all? Y'all, come on, man. Yeah, and then some fool on here talking about, Marcus said, what's up, black man with a permanent tan? What's up, Marcus? We'll run into each other again, man, in the mall. In the mall, Parks Mall one of these days. But anyway, yeah, man. It's the weirdest shit. It's the weirdest behavior. We gotta do better, black men. All that other stuff makes us weak, but we don't. The word nigga can just flow all around. A word that's had a history of hatred and death to it. To us, just because of our race, because of our gender as men, and because of our women's gender, or their race. Nigga. Whenever it was said, it meant die, or I hate you. You don't deserve nothing. Whenever it was said by the original creator of the word. And we hear that, and we've even adopted the word. But as soon as you're called homophobic, transphobic, any of that stuff, Negroes, buckle up. I mean, even the black rappers, you know, these ones that talk about killing and they in them streets, and yeah, you call one of them homophobics, you call one of these black rappers, you're homophobic. You know what they do? They make an apology video. Them same ones that y'all allow them to call you nigga all day long on their CDs and in their concerts. You pay them to call you nigga, but you can't pay them to say faggot in none of their music. Now I'm going to another topic. So what I'm doing is, you can't pay them to say nothing against a racial slur against Hispanics or Jews or white folks. That's what I'm saying. Y'all can't take these bought off Negroes seriously. They all work for the system. They're corporate owned and corporate ran. Again, I'll say it again. These folks that y'all think are speaking up for black folks, but they ride private jets to a march. You're kidding me, right? Did Malcolm X ride a private jet, goddamn? Freddie Lou Hamer? Ida B. Wells, Medgar Evers, any one of these actual people who fought for black folks ride in a limousine any goddamn well? Kevin, what's up? I'm saying, did Dr. John Henry Clark fly a private jet? Did Dr. Amos Wilson fly in a private jet to a march or to a lecture? Y'all come on, man. Y'all can't be this damn obtuse. All these folks they put before you on CNN. Was Malcolm X put? You know, when our scholars put on ABC, CBS, NBC, and just spread all over the world with their message of black unity, racial pride, black economics. Hell no. These folks that y'all looking at right now, y'all think is on CNN, MSNBC, they are corporate activists for white folks. You know what I'm talking about? Call white folks racist, then the same white folks give you a Cadillac commercial, give you a book deal, and you move into an all-white neighborhood with the millions of dollars you suckered out of people as suckers gave to you for a false movement. Black Lives Matter my ass. Damn. That's why people like me will remain poor. Unless we come up with some kind of project or something that'll sell. But I can't put my name on it because they find out it's me. I ain't buying it. If I were a young gay white male or a young gay black man, my book would be selling all over the place. Because the gay community has built the fence around their race. We haven't humanized our people enough. We still believe in the stereotype that black boys and black girls aren't human beings, so they can absorb more pain than anybody else, or it don't bother them because we treat each other like the plantation owner treated us. Do I need to continue? Hell, I didn't get this shit through osmosis. I got this through reading and having conversations with elders when I was a younger man. What's happened to us? We act so damn cosmopolitan and brand new that we're stupid. It's weird. But anyway, LilNasX, you're not doing us any favors, bro. You can keep you and your product, because again, it's always this weird ass trade-off. Okay, I'm gonna do this for y'all, but y'all got to accept some fuckery from us. And that's the Democratic Party. And the liberalness. Like, he gonna try to push like he's being a martyr. He's standing up for something. No, we don't need that anymore. Because people should be able to stand up in their own reality, stand up as men and women and fight for what is right, and not have to put on a clown nose to try to convince anybody. Look, we deserve this help. We're not doing that. Or turn your booty hole inside out to show people, no, I'm safe. I was a safe nigger. I'm safe. So can you help us? Help us, please? What, we still doing that in 2021? It's weird. And so now I don't celebrate what you did in LilNasX. I don't. It's time out for that. Yeah. We should be able to stand up for men and women. You know why? Because so many men and women laid down for us. And so, you know, it goes into even entertainment. We talk about how Steppin' Fetchin' and Buckwheat and all these people, you know, they did the bucking of the eyes, and I is done this. They did all of that. I don't know why the water spread and them fish, and Mantan Morley, they did all of that. So we don't have to do it. See, I get upset when people are volunteering to be a buckwheat. They're volunteering to be a Steppin' Fetchin' in 2021. Who does that unless you're completely out of your mind and you are a danger to the race? When you purposely do that, you purposely, as a straight man, going to roll, getting your booty cheeks beat up, and then you want to tell us, I was just a roll, that's acting. It's called image, you son of a bitch. And no one knows the importance of image more than oppressive over a particular group of people. It's called propaganda. TV is about images. Music and visuals, they're about images. LilNasX is pushing the image of a punk-ass black dude on purpose. Because he can say he gay all day long, and some of y'all don't believe it. Because people will do anything. As the OJ said, for the love of money, sell their own brother. And she'll sell a precious body. And he'll sell his sexual orientation for $1. You know, it's just time out for that. Hell, doesn't make any sense. We're still acting like this. Then those of us who try to, you know, halfway be humane and human, well, we're criticized and attacked. No, I ain't joining anything. No, I'm not a part of nobody's church. I'm just a regular dude. And no, I don't go to anybody's church. I don't have anybody's religion. I have all the sense that God gave me. You know, when they had that line going on and God was giving out sense, I didn't break the line. I didn't step out of line and go take a smoke break or smoke blunts or go mess with no chicks. I stayed in line and got my portion of sense. And that's why I talk from the portion that I got. I keep my sense. I got my sense. I think a lot of our people in our race, when God was giving out sense, a lot of you motherfuckers jumped and walked out the line for a minute and forgot to get back in line to get your goddamn sense. It's weird. But it makes it seem like I'm this anomaly whenever I speak, or any other black person who speaks like this, what the scholars and ancestors before us spoke. It's a damn shame 150 years later I have to still sound like this because we weren't listening to them even 100 years ago. A lot of our scholars died penniless. They died in poverty. But all these folks who are lying to black folks are multimillionaires. Multimillionaires from lying because we won't even read the original books. All you gotta do is read the books and you'll see who the liars are, all of them. And then you'll do the critical thinking when you read the books. They're still there on the shelf collecting dust. You know, the authors are still real. The information is still relevant. Add a few statistics here and there to just switch it up. I mean, to update statistics, but the information is the same because we have not changed the way we think. We still think, let me go ahead and let me act like this. Maybe he'll curry favor, or the president will curry favor with me. Let me go ahead and marry and have some children with them, but then the racism won't be so tough on me. Weird ass strategies to survive under racism. We've done some weird shit. But one thing about immigrants, for the most part, a lot of them do come in, and the Asians really love white folks. A lot of Mexicans, a lot of them love white folks too. But for the core of the immigrant culture, they're together. And they kept the core, and they make money. Because if we don't understand capitalism, we got people around here preaching against capitalism. Some of the scholars spoke about it in a way in which it attacks foreign lands and rapes the soil and rapes the people. I get that. And then that's right. However, in America, we have an opportunity to get that money. It doesn't have to be in such a satanic and sellout way. Create a product, sell it. But I would tell anybody who's starting a black business, don't call it a black business. You don't turn white folks off, you turn black people off when you do that. Because these old integrated oatmeal grits, infiltrated, compromised blacks we have today, why it got to be all black? Why it got to be that? That's why a lot of black kids don't go to black colleges. Why it got to be all black? The world ain't all black, but if they did the goddamn math and history and geography, they'll know that the world is majority black. And I'm not talking about mixed black. But even in America, they always talk about the numbers. Black Americans spend about $1 trillion a year. They spend enough money or worth enough money, but they can be like a separate nation in America. They always bragging about how much money we got to our face, and we don't even pick up on it. We'll never say, ding, 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 ding. Well, damn, we generate $600 billion or $1 trillion just with our race. Well, damn. Imagine if we turned that money into our own educational system, our own economic system, our own political system. They always tell us, "Hey, stupid, you pay a lot of people's rent while you homeless. You make sure a lot of people's kids go to the best colleges while yours." Man, and I'm gonna tell y'all an example. These Asian stores that's in the black community. They've been there for over 25 years. Y'all here, hey, and calling it, "Hey, Chin, hey, Lucy, hey, Wang," and they're like, "Hey, what's up now?" And now they're saying, "What's up?" But you remember, their children, they were real little when y'all first started seeing them. There's like 8, 9, 3, 4, and 6. And then you notice the children come back and they're grown, over 21. They're like 25, 26, and they pull up in BMWs and stuff. Or the daughters and the sons, the Asian daughters and sons are graduated from Yale and Harvard and all that stuff. You paid for it with your food stamps and your beer and cigarette money all those years. And buying the high expensive food out of there. You paid for it. Now how come we couldn't do the same for black businesses? We used to. Trust me, I grew up in the 70s. We used to have our cleaners in there, Hollywood and North Memphis. You'd have all the stores. It was all the black folks. Then all of a sudden something happened. And now you got Asians everywhere on it. Cleaners. I said, black people don't do cleaners no more. We don't fry fish anymore. But anyway, y'all, I've spoken long enough. I just want to let LilNasX know that, no, bro, we're not accepting that double message that you're trying to put out there like you benefiting black folks, black people with this, or with this so-called, I'm bringing awareness to the industrial complex, the bailout, like he's raising money and all that for the bailout system. When that's something, message black men, black women, that's something easy that should be doing on our own. Why isn't there an Innocence Project that's manned by a lot of black law students? You got all these black law schools, or law schools, period, where black people attend. Why is it that white and Jewish law students are the ones who are getting black men out of jail? Damn it, I asked another question they can't answer. Why don't we have these Innocence Projects in every city, especially in the inner city where black people live? Why aren't there black law clinics in all of the urban areas where black people live? We got all these black attorneys of all kinds, constitutional attorneys, corporate, criminal, environmental, We got all kinds of lawyers just coming out every year. And all of them try to run straight to corporate America. When they can make just as much money by working with their people, number one. Number two, opening up a law clinic and get all the federal state funding, federal dollars and state dollars, and make plenty of cash. But they want the prestige of, I work for Morgan & Morgan Law. Instead of you opening up David and Jackson Law. We got some that's doing it, but it should be more than that. Hell, we've come too far in doing so little. And back in the day, we had little, but we did a whole lot. So what, did technology ruin us along with integration? Doesn't make any sense. Why? I'm trying to, and you know, as a mental health person, trying to encourage more black men to go into mental health. You know, we got a lot of sisters in there, but not enough black men. You know, master's degree in social work, master's degree in counseling, PhD in social work and counseling. Get your LPCs and LCSWs, LMSWs, and do mental health, because a lot of black men, we have a lot of customers. And they're becoming more and more willing to come into the office and sit down. They want to talk to black men. But I need you black guys to get the fuck out this Christian counseling shit. But I know it's a lot of dudes that have been trained. You know, I do Christian counseling. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's why they sick now, because of your damn religion. How about you just do regular counseling and talk about the trauma of black males? Get certified in trauma. And we need more fair-minded black men who teach these batterers intervention classes like I used to teach. They enjoyed my class because I was fair. I didn't put them down because they was in the classroom. I didn't accuse them. I heard their side of the story, something I learned that they don't get to tell. Their side of the story, what happened, because I've been a man all my life. I've been in relationships, I've been around women, and you're not going to tell me that all of a sudden every woman getting her ass whipped because she's a woman. So, no. Y'all who got wives and girlfriends and all this kind of stuff, y'all know damn well. Y'all been trying to leave and get every little mama jump on your back, tear up your property, and all of this, burn up your tennis shoes, rip up your clothes, put bleach everywhere. So I like to hear the story. And I decide then I'll let him know if he's out of order. Yeah, bro, you was out of order. We need more black men in these spaces, especially in the criminal justice and mental health, because there are a lot of black men being funneled through these two channels. That's where we need to be. We need more black men in social work. I mean, real black men. We got a bunch of gay dudes around there. We need black men. And nothing against that, but I'm about image. You know, just like how a lot of people say, well, we want a black Santa Claus now. It's about image. Because children absorb what they see. And black boys need to see more, you know, like your football coach and your PE coach back in the 80s. They need to see more men like that, masculine men, who telling them the truth and get over there, son. But you know one thing, y'all need to stop saying this shit, man up. What's up, Carlos? Stop saying that dumbass shit. Man up. Every time I hear that, I cringe. Because that's offensive and it's insulting. As a mental health person, you're telling him, fuck your feelings, fuck how you feel, fuck your trauma, just go out here and do it. But see, what you're creating, and now that creates suppression. Because y'all never tell no woman who's made a mistake, woman up. And women don't tell young girls, woman up. You know, y'all cut that shit out. Hear what the young brother's saying. Give him some answer, give him some feedback. But if you're incapable of doing, refer him to somebody who can talk to him. I know a lot of black men who came up in a time where we weren't allowed to talk. We were just supposed to do. You understand? So that has to change. But anyway, as I said, you know, LilNasX, bro, that shit ain't passing. And those of you who got up this morning to have a conversation with me or listen to me, I appreciate you. And just in case you didn't know, there is a short story that I wrote years ago. If you haven't gotten your copy, it's always on sale. It's $10. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt. A conversation with my absent biological father who never wanted to be found. You can cash out $10 Rico. What's that? $ Rico the Opinionist. And what else? Oh yeah, I'll give you a brief synopsis. It's a story of when I accidentally found out about my biological father, who he really was at age 22, and actually met him in person at age 39 years old when I rang his doorbell. came out and he said, so, hey, what's up? So I said, what's up? So how'd you find me? I said, hey, man, through Google MapQuest. And he says, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. And so if you like to read that whole story and all the stuff that twists and turns, emotional roller coaster parts of it, get at me. It's in a PDF form. So when you send your $10 Cash App or PayPal, please add an email address, and I'll email it to you as soon as I get your payment. But I want y'all to enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I think it's going to be awesome because it's summertime. And I appreciate y'all as usual. Like, share, subscribe. Anything else you want to know about me or this is in my description box on my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist, as well as on this Facebook page, Rico and His Opinions. Y'all be cool. We'll talk in the future. Peace.